Welcome to the Pixelberry Choices podcast, and today we're going to be talking about Queen Bee Book 2, Chapter 14. And wow, this chapter was the ultimate revelation of the whole plot of Book 2. What has been finding the identity of who X is, the masked figure in the ranking, and finally we get this person. We were tipped off by the last minion of X that this is Persephone Dalton, and we were threatened with some writing in our room. The chapter starts with the usual post of the tea, and they're talking about what happened in the last chapter. And then we are in our room talking about the shocking message, which was a warning from X. And then we talk about taking Persephone Dalton down with Zoe. Then our professor comes and joins us. So there was a scene that a lot of people, specifically freshmen, they're taking their phone out and capturing videos. And then we can put up a show on for them and we will get max votes. And then we're going to, you know, bring Professor to our team, and Professor Zoe and us, we're gonna go to this masquerade, or is this, like we wear a mask, it's a whole party thing of Apoidia, and we're gonna bring Zoe and Professor with us, and then we will dress up for this, we will have a new hairstyle, and then we will go to Slay. So we will find Felicity. Felicity is the one who runs Apoidia and who runs the challenges, at least Zoe's mom. She will tell us that we need to complete 3 tasks and with clues, and if we do it correctly, then we will finally be given who X is, the identity. And if we can find X, or X's true identity, by midnight, that is 12, then we will win. We had very little time left, 1 hour or so, and then we will first have to find out a lonely guy, and the one who was in the bar, he was the one, and we finally found him. And so this did something like very small dimensions. So if you guess them right, and then if you get the next clue, you can win more votes by playing these dimensions, and these dimensions are 5. So 5 diamonds, so 3 times you used 5 diamonds. The next time, for the next clue, you need to destroy someone's reputation, and third one and final clue, you need to do some matchmaking, and in this matchmaking you will get to bring someone with their close to their old lover, and even do some marriage proposal for them, if not for them, but make the situation so can give the marriage proposal to the other person, and their honeymoon plan also in this dimension. So those small dimensions of 5 diamonds, I think that was a really good thing, and I would like to see them in the future. But I think if it was just 1 or 2 dimensions, it would have been really good and affordable by a lot of people. And then we finally go to the dance, and we will try to find out X. We'll be given the description in the last clue, how X looks, the necklace, mask, and finally the game will be on. Then we will be able to choose one dancing partner, either Zoe, Professor, or Poppy. So I chose a Professor. We will have some lively conversation, and then in a diamond scene we'll get to dance tango, and while dancing tango we'll try to figure out who X is. And I chose Professor specifically because I think with Professor we have the bond here in this whole book, and we tried, in this dancing scene we also come really close to each other, and there was a dip we performed, not a dip, but we need to like run to the Professor, and Professor will lift us and do a spin. So we were afraid, but we trusted Professor, so we just let ourselves fall in the arms of Professor, and then they are, whoever you choose your dance partner, at least for me the scene was there when I chose Professor. So I really like how we can trust the Professor and nothing will happen. So there is a, like we can be vulnerable around them. And that was a really good scene in the dancing scene, I would say, with your love interest of choice. And then finally, when you win the tango, if you chose the diamond scene and did choose some right options, then you are declared the winner. And finally you see this person, and you'll be running through the whole crowd and finally spotting this person, and you can tackle them down, and you will finally see X. All the description, the last tip says matches, the last clue says all the descriptions match, and it is none other than Selene, the very nice girl. And we get the backstory why Selene did. So she was Persephone Dalton, and when she got, so she liked Liam, but Liam never really liked him. And we see like how foolish the alphas and zetas were, and then how she got on Poppy's bad side. And even I got to, like, as a Persephone Dalton, you get to the choice how you can do the final damage. So the drink Poppy gave us, not us, but Persephone Dalton. After Persephone Dalton failed to do the final task, which Poppy made it harder to kiss Ian Kingsley, the professor, and then we get to puke on Poppy's shoes. So that was, and then how Persephone Dalton gets to puke on Poppy's shoes, and how Persephone Dalton was a human sacrifice that time, and we get to see how Poppy is is the evilest one, and even Liam, how ruthless he was, and the whole Alpha Zeta, all of them. Though we didn't see much of Carter, but they were really ruthless, I would say. And I certainly felt bad as to what Selene went through, or Persephone Dalton. But then our main character asks the question, well, then why, as Selene, you tried to blend in with the top 15? You were exactly going for what you hated in your other life, if you can call it. So Persephone Dalton went through some, Persephone Dalton's mom thought that she needs an psychiatrist and some help there, but then she went through plastic surgery, and now she's Selene. So Selene doesn't have an answer to this question, that why Selene tried to blend into the top 15 if she hates it and it's so bad. So we got her good, and well, so her reputation is out. Zoe was live streaming it, and even Poppy comes up and rubs it on her, on Selene, that you were a loser then, you're still a loser now. And then we see the final letter. So we need to win a final round, and all the hard work we did, it will all be for nothing if we don't win the last round that is probably going to happen in the next chapter. And then Selene got the letter too, and so did Poppy. Now here's the most important thing. Poppy says, and that's where it ends, that I'm gonna take both you skank down. Now here's interesting. We see the ranking. Our main character soars above everyone. Then Selene, X, and then Poppy. Poppy got a lot of vote than last time. So here's the thing. Poppy was in here, even though she was missing in action for the past couple of chapters. Not more than a couple of chapters, actually, after the human sacrifice thing. But here's what's important here. I don't think the air, the air Selene had about, or the air X had about themselves before their identity was revealed. A mysterious person going for a revolution. I mean, after the whole nerd fiasco, it kind of went down. And now, when after finally their identity is revealed, and we saw that X is none other than an old humiliation. So in a place like Belvoir, I don't think in this next Apoidia challenge, Selene is gonna do that better, that good, or X is gonna do that good, because I think X's game is out. But I would say it was a bit lackluster in Revolution. I was hoping for something grander, because it was not the shocking, surprising, revelation I was expecting for. But I think there's a twist to the story. It's just like Vincent. He was the grumpiest, drunk gambler, committed adultery and stuff. Who knows what? Nicolay, drunk guy, killed Percy, can't keep it in his pants. But the villain was Duffy. The villain was Rebecca. And the same way, even though X is Selene, I think she's not the real threat here. But what Poppy said, I'm going to take both you skank down. And I think Poppy will be the main villain. And the main character keeps saying that senior year, so I think it could be the last book of the series, but I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to book 3. But all I'm going to say is, I think Selene is not going to be that big a threat from now on. even though I have a feeling that it's gonna be Poppy, who is not X, who was not the villain of the book when it started. No one thought of it. We did say it could be Persephone Dalton. Well, in a difficult way, it turned out to be Persephone Dalton, but still, I think the villain of the book is still going to be Poppy, because what Poppy did to Persephone Dalton, it was not good, and what she did to anyone is not good. And finally, when she gets her hands on this, I think she's still in the competition. The last two chapters left. I think something's big gonna happen. Maybe next chapter, Poppy's gonna get her way with us, get us in trouble, and then last chapter we will fight out of it. Or maybe Poppy does something like Martin at the end. So possible. Who knows what's gonna happen? Maybe she can recreate that clap 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 moment with her own, I don't know, maybe just tapping her shoe or whatever she wears against the ground. I mean, that would be her own unique way. But hey, let's look forward to it. I mean, this just became a more interesting. Like I said, I was not really excited after the revelation of X. It was but now I think the meat of the story, meat of the heart, lies in what's going to happen in the next two chapters. And I think it's going to be revolving around Poppy. And well, I think we have to take down Poppy. So I can't wait for Poppy to show that she is the main villain in this whole book, and it's not actually Selene or Benji or whoever they were. And if that happens, it will be a whole lot better. And if she somehow wins the queendom and something happens, like she got MC really bad under her fingers, and then like Martin, and then it ends here, that would be even better. But I can't wait for this. Let me know in the comments how do you feel about this chapter. I feel like the last chapter, 13, was the most exciting chapter of the whole Queen Bee, but this chapter was it consisted of the revelation. So I think it was a good one. But let me know in the comments your thoughts. I'll see you in the next video, but till then, peace out.